Well, I became interested in neuroscience over the years, and this is was a little bit serendipity. I was studying RNA transport in non-neuronal cells, and then at some point there was a theory that was laid down by Ozzie Stewart and many other scientists where they were showing that there was a very nice and elegant way to regulate gene expression in highly polarized cells like neurons. And then that was it. That was the beginning of this long voyage, looking at the RNAs that are transported all the way down to the synapses and how this can contribute to synaptic plasticity. So the lab has been studying now for more than 15 years Fragile X, the Fragile X syndrome, which is the most frequent form of inherited intellectual disabilities. It's quite frequent in the population and is a clear synaptopathy, so the spine dysmorphogenesis, and it's quite and it's a very interesting disorders because it is a neurodevelopmental disorders, but it's marked not only by a low IQ, but by many other cellular, molecular, behavioral features that those patients have. So it's a very complex syndrome, so it's a syndromic disorder. Well, that's for me and my lab, it's a fantastic opportunity. So I think it's a program that has been, it took off 5 years ago. It's fantastic. I knew about it because it's very active. I knew the scientists that are part of this network, but they are also very active in organizing meetings, and so I was aware of this great initiative in Switzerland. But now, of course, this is my first meeting attending here, and I can simply see how many avenues I can explore together with the colleagues here, basic as well as the clinicians, because as I mentioned, the interest for autism and schizophrenia, I think I landed in the right place at the right time to develop my research further. Well, there are some barriers that are mainly dictated by the fact that this type of research work requires commitment, sometimes long hours at work. So, of course, this has some limitations, is if you have a family, if you have kids, but I believe it's a matter of organization. So it's possible to be very focused and plan well, and there are many colleagues who have kids and are super successful scientists. So that's not a barrier. It might appear as a barrier a priori, but it's not. Other issues, I mean, I have to say, I love what I do, so I always go for it, and at the end, I don't feel any barrier.